Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wednesday Show. I'm Hammer. I'm joined by my two favorite Wednesday Show hosts, Jen T. Maxey.
Hello.
And Terry Diamantis.
Hello.
How you doing, Jen?
I'm good. How about you?
I am very well, actually. How you doing, Terry? Are you tired?
Of course. that is a given.
Okay. Otherwise, well?
Yeah, otherwise not too bad.
That was weird. It was like sounding here.
Yeah, it's like 11 in the morning, but, you know, I'm always tired. Just something that I'm used to.
Well,
I've been going to bed really early, like 8:30, 9 o'clock, and getting up like 4 in the morning. And usually that kind of rolls around. Eventually it normalizes, but it hasn't been. So it's kind of weird to get up and it's still dark outside. I never used to do that. Even when I was working, I always managed to get up around 9:30 or something like that because my job was only a couple of feet away, kind of deal. So it's kind of weird to get up and it's still dark out.
Yeah.
And you're not tired, so what do? You get on the computer and you doom scroll for a while.
I usually wake up around somewhere between 6 and 7. That's usually my wake up time.
Just a little unusual.
To be a little bit fair with you, Terry, you also come from the neck of the world where the birds are capable of being loud enough to almost talk.
Oh yeah. They're very loud.
Like, not to say that, I've got some loud birds too, but they're never so loud. Like, I honestly do think I would do that as a troll if I visited your country. I would totally teach a flock of birds to just say nonsensical stuff, knowing that I was leaving a war crime.
I was a little bit concerned about getting a parrot or something like that it would pick up whatever I said and constantly say, because I'm not exactly the cleanest person when it comes to my speech when I'm at home. So you don't want a bird just going around saying, motherfucker, motherfucker, motherfucker. Easy, bird. Relax. Maybe it's best that dogs...
There was an episode of Frasier where they had a parrot and it picked up all sorts of inappropriate phrases and repeated them at inopportune moments. Like there was Frasier was talking about someone and saying cute but stupid, and then the bird would pipe up and go, cute but stupid. And then, thereby ruining his chance of dating this lady.
Pretty funny. Maybe it's best we don't know what dogs and cats say and we can't talk to them.
Probably for the best.
My dog used to understand me. I think my cat understood me better though. Like my dog was like a dog, you throw something, they bring it back. It's more about what you do than what you say, unless you said something, stop. And he would stop, turn around and look at you like, what was that noise? But my cat was much more intuitive. One of the fun things we used to do is, there was a place where you could sit outside the main window of the bedroom in my old house. It was like a windowsill, but it was for sitting on. It's a little bit older house. So when it was in the afternoon, especially in the winter, I'd put a throw blanket down, lay on my side, and even though it was winter, I'd take up the warm sun because the sun would set right in that window. My cat would come up and kind of curl up underneath me and look outside and look for birds. And so either one of us saw a bird, like I know what my cat would do. It would make these weird noises, like these clicks. So if I saw a bird first, I do the same thing. I go,
all right.
And the cat would go, get back and not even know where the bird was, but understood the fact that I saw one. And that was good enough for her to join in. It used to make me laugh like crazy. All the time, the entire time she's up against me purring like crazy.
Cat people think that cats tend to view humans as being special needs cats.
And over on Rumble, Cannibalistic Wizard says, teach the bird to say ice is coming.
We should probably go through and say hello to everybody in chat.
We should.
Let me go up to the top.
So,
Actually, let me.
Over on Rumble, we've got JB, we've got Misfit, who logged in with the wrong account. Misfit, who logged in with the right account. Blue-Eyed Scream. Kivadam. Is that everyone? I think that's everyone. There's a lot of conversation. I'm not seeing any new names. Oh, right at the end, Cannibalistic Wizard jumped in as well. Yeah, I think that's everyone. Again, apologies if I missed you.
Okie dokie. Up at the top, making sure. Yep. And hello, Hammer.
Hello.
Hello, Rotten. Hello, Mike. Hello, Blue-Eyed Scream. Hello, Kivadam. Hi, Terry.
Hello.
Hi, yep, going down, going down. Hi, Frosted.
Yeah.
Hi, JB. Hi, Green. I'm going up and down just to make sure. And yeah, I think that's it. Hey, hi, everybody.
We can go over the topics real quick.
Yes, let's pretend to talk about those.
Yes, pretending is so much fun. Three selections for this week. Stated is actually news from Canada. Canadian Prime Minister to recognize Palestinian state in September.
Oh joy!
He's probably getting that from Starmer.
It's a mistake that these guys are making. They're playing into Hamas's hands when they do silly stuff like this. They just don't know what's going on the ground. Loser Kamala Harris. Those words should always be like right next to each other all the time. Loser Kamala Harris announces that she will not run for California governor.
Yay!
Which means that Gavin Newsom is going to probably take the position again.
Well, that's yay, but anything that involves Kamala staying out of power is probably for the best.
Yeah, and finally, waves. There was an underwater Russian earthquake, 8.8 on the Richter scale, which is causing tsunamis for other countries.
I bet it is.
Yeah, so that's not really in the news. I found that through ground news.
Yeah, I was a little surprised with that because didn't it hit Hawaii pretty bad? Like I heard they were getting some tsunami waves. So
I didn't read the article, but I just thought it was interesting that there was an underground earthquake or underwater earthquake.
I saw Monkey talking about that.
Was he?
I didn't see the stream or anything. I saw him post on Twitter about the fact that there was such an earthquake. So I don't know the details, but I did hear about it.
Have you guys heard about all the backlash when it comes to Hulk Hogan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked about it a little bit on Pat's stream this afternoon, and it's just more pettiness.
Yeah. I think Hulk Hogan was a legend. I don't really care if he said something slightly racist 30, 40 years ago. That is irrelevant.
From a clip that we've never ever seen the whole thing from, that's always been out of context, where I'm sorry, sometimes people say things that are wrong when it's in the heat of the moment, when they're angry or because they're frustrated or they're tired. And in all honesty, people will hype people up, especially celebrities like a Hulk Hogan, just so they can get that live moment. And I always saw that as like, you guys are just picking on an old man. And
it's taunting.
A dead man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now. And they're not really like, yeah, there's going to be some people who cry about it because a lot of people seem to live in this victim mindset. A lot of people are just like, let the man rest in peace.
Yeah, Keith wants to know what he said. from what I heard, he referred to his daughter's boyfriend with a word I'm not allowed to say on YouTube, but rhymes with digger.
Oh, the N word.
And Tier is absolutely spamming the crap out of chat. Okay, fine, I'll read it. Gavin Newsom can't run for governor again because he's hit his term limit.
I wasn't even aware they had term limits.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about that side of US politics. But yeah, back to Hulk Hogan. I don't care if he said it every morning as part of his morning routine. Utterly irrelevant to me. He was the face of the wrestling world for decades. The man was a legend, whether individual people like it or not.
Yeah, I don't know why people have to try to find something to ruin someone about. Same thing with Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, well, see, at least Hulk Hogan actually said the thing, from what I understand. Calling Sydney Sweeney a Nazi because she's in an ad that says she has good genetics is utterly insane.
All they have to do is have a black person come out and do the exact same commercial.
Which well, they did. They had a picture of Beyonce make with the same thing. It was like Beyonce has better genes. Like that was their brilliant comeback.
Yeah, they're holding her responsible because the first letter of her first and last name is an S. So she's SS, like the German SS. Sydney Sweeney SS.
See, even that's a stretch. That like trying to take any meaning out of that is stupid.
How is that not just them being a bunch of bullies? In all honesty, like,
no, I think the great genes or good genes, or however they phrased it in the commercial, is obviously referring to the fact that she's attractive and not, oh my God, she's the Aryan model of perfection. Like, you have to be seriously deluded to think there was anything Nazi about that ad.
And what kills me is if you look at the people who are complaining, you can find two things that are very common. First of all, it's white liberal women, and they're all ugly.
They were the ones who got doxxed by the T app.
That's what I've been joking about.
Every one of them that I've seen online has not been an attractive woman. That's for sure.
No, of course not. I mean, it's purely based on envy. Like Sydney Sweeney is attractive; they are not. So let's do the female mating strategy of tearing down those who are better, so that they come down to our level. And apparently, Sydney Sweeney's family supports Trump, which makes her even more of a Nazi.
One of them does. I don't know if the entire family does.
I have no idea. I don't know or care what any celebrity's political leanings are. But
her uncle was wearing a Trump shirt.
Okay, well, if that's true, then that adds to the problems the left has with her. And Keep It M says Sydney isn't even a natural blonde. This is something that I really don't care about. This is the same where I said Melanie Mac was attractive, and you said her makeup is attractive. To me, that's true, but irrelevant, because I'm not trying to date these people. I'm just looking at the image they project to the world. And so the image that Melanie Mac projects to the world is of her face covered in makeup. So I don't need to know what the face underneath the makeup looks like. The face she presents to the world is attractive.
It's also all they have is this thing where they come back with Nazi, Nazi, Nazi all the time, and it's like, no, it's really getting old and offensive. I don't care that it's offensive. It's just it's offensive because it's just so damn annoying to have them keep going on like that. Like, no, we're not going to stop doing what we're doing. You know, American Eagle is making great sales right now because apparently they're nice jeans.
Well, I mean,
I don't know that that's a fact. It's just their sales.
As RØDE Corp is pointing out, companies have been using attractive women to sell things forever. They're just going back to doing that. It's like the brief period of insanity where they were using fat, ugly people to sell products is over.
Because they weren't making money.
Yeah, of course.
Still does seem to be an awful lot of diversity in advertising, though.
Oh yeah, but that'll die out. The companies that insist on diverse people in their ads will stop making money and either start putting attractive people again or go out of business, and I'm fine with either.
Yeah, it's not really around here anywhere. Where I live in Pennsylvania, it's not a. There are certain areas, cities near me that are very diverse, but out here in the docks, it's all Trump, all white.
Fair enough.
Basically, yeah. Like there's no.
That was actually how my mother knew that Trump was going to win 2016, because she was on a holiday in America and she went to Pennsylvania, and she saw nothing but Trump signs. It's like, okay, he's won.
The funny thing about that is, Pennsylvania is a blue state.
Well, that makes it even worse.
Yeah.
She was in a blue state and saw nothing but Trump signs. Well, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. It's still like that. Everybody I know that voted for Trump in 2016 voted for him again. So, and there's still Trump signs out on the lawns of almost everybody up here.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
there's no liberals anywhere.
Even if he's lost a lot of support, there's still a lot of people who are very, very enthusiastic about Trump.
Yeah, there's just no liberals anywhere near me, like within miles.
Well, lucky you.
It must be all in the city.
Let's hope it stays that way.
Yeah, it must be all in the cities, like Scranton and Wilkes-Barre, all the northeast Pennsylvania, NEPA for short, Northeast Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
It must be all in the cities because it ain't out here. I'll tell you that for sure.
And Frosted in chat says that Nazi has been cheapened to the point where a model for jeans is on the same level as someone running a gas chamber. And that reminds me, I saw a really funny comic where this guy's like, they show the Sydney Sweeney ad, and then like the blue-head feminist is like, "That's fascist," and then this little kid comes out of his room and says, "Dad, I think I'm a fascist."
Yeah.
Couldn't be the fact that commercial showed a boob shot of her.
Yeah, and that's it. It's like, if you like this, you're a fascist. And the kid comes out and says, "Dad, I think I'm a fascist."
That's my son.
Yeah. And Tall Person says, off topic, but thank you for the game recommendation with Frog Detective. That was all Gunsky, so send your thanks his way. But yes, it is a good game.
Yeah.
I wonder what's going to happen in 2028. I'm guessing Vance or DeSantis.
Yeah, I think probably Vance more than DeSantis, but I mean, I think a lot of people would be fine with either.
Ron really knows how to run Florida, I'll tell you that. That place is awesome. There's only one thing that he still hasn't done. He hasn't instituted open carry yet in Florida, which is funny because I live in Pennsylvania. There's open carry here, and this is a blue state. So it seems kind of funny that.
Yeah. I think if I were to move to America, Florida sounds like it would have a climate similar to what I'm used to. Probably a bit more humid, but
yeah, definitely be more humid.
But I mean, in terms of the heat and humidity, I think it would, because I'm used to hot and humid, which is like from what I've been told, what Florida is. So I
It
think
is.
I think I would be closest to Florida in terms of the like the climate that I'm used to.
Human takes on a whole nother level when you talk about Florida. You could take a shirt that you've just washed and put on the line for it to dry, and it won't dry.
Right.
You bring it in at night and it's still wet.
That's worse than Sydney for sure. Then, because you can actually put things in the sun to dry them where I am.
And because it's a peninsula, the weather changes very dramatically at a drop of a hat. It'll come in, it'll rain, then the sun will come out, then it'll be cold, and there'll be a breeze, and then it'll rain again, then it'll be sunny again. It's just within hours. It's just everybody
Thierry
in
is
Florida.
recommending Georgia. I don't know anything about Georgia, but apparently it very rarely gets cold over there. Yeah, I mean, I don't like the cold.
Georgia's further north, south of Pennsylvania, about halfway point. I think if you were to drive to Florida from Pennsylvania, Georgia would probably be close to halfway between the 2 points. Georgia's okay. I liked Virginia pretty well. I thought Virginia was great because it's one of the most moderate East Coast states. So it gets hot. Like it'll get up to like 100 degrees or maybe a little bit more, 101 or something like that. But it will never get really truly cold either. It'll get down into the 40s, maybe the 30s for a couple of days, and that's about it. It'll never get like Pennsylvania gets minus 20.
Jesus Christ, that's off the table.
Yeah, that's Fahrenheit though. Keep in mind. So
if it starts with a minus, it's already a problem.
Yeah. Now today, we're in the middle or end of July, beginning of August, which is our hottest time period. It was 88 today, Fahrenheit.
Okay.
So
And,
hot, but not intolerable.
For us, it says Arizona.
Ooh, that's hot.
Yeah, I mean,
Draggy.
I might like the temperature there. That sounds fine.
During the day, cold, very cold at night, very dry. Kind of like Texas. Arizona and Texas have similar.
Duck Dog is absolutely insane because he says he likes his weather in the 34 degrees Fahrenheit, 2 degrees Celsius range. You, sir, are a madman, and I will have no further dealings with the likes of you.
That's literally freezing.
Yes. That is absurd. That should not exist. JB says Terry doesn't do snow. No. If it's cold enough to snow, it's too cold.
There has been some weird weather because I'm in the mountains where it's been like 40 degrees. So not freezing cold, but not freezing cold, not bitter. And it snowed.
Right. Yeah, I think the only time I've ever seen snow in Australia is when I went to the mountains, specifically to see snow. I've never seen snow just in my day-to-day life without it being a specific trip to see snow in one of the few places that gets it.
Yeah, we get a pretty brutal winter here. Our winter is about 6 months long.
That's very long.
Yeah. But we're kind of accustomed to it too. Snow removal is top notch, and it'll snow 3 feet, and the next day it'll be cleared by all of our equipment, so the roads are passable. So we're prepared for it because we get it all the time.
Yeah.
The things I hate is when it's bitter cold, when it's like that minus 19 and stuff like that. That's what I hate because it's just nothing good about it.
I would almost literally die if I was forced to endure minus 19 anything. That sounds horrific.
Just stay in the house.
Yeah, I guess.
You just take your house with you when you leave the house. It's fine. Wear your
Like
whole
that.
closet, all of them. Like if you have more than one closet, wear everything. You're fine.
But it was funny. I went to Switzerland one time, and when I got back, everyone was saying, "Oh, what did you think of the snow?" And I was like, "It's cold and it's wet."
Yes. Yeah.
They seem to find that a funny summary of my dealings with snow. I'm not a fan. It looks nice if it's a picture of snow. I don't enjoy dealing with real life snow all that much.
I'll be back in a moment.
All right.
I don't know if I saved them from the last time I looked them up, but I had some pictures for one of my Florida friends from Banff in the middle of winter. So you'll see this really beautiful hotel has multiple hot tubs, not just hot tubs, but a hot spring. It looks glorious until you realize that the snow is going up to your knees. It looks like it could cave in a roof. It's not gonna, but it looks like it could. There's enough snow for it. And the shoes that you have to wear to navigate with are illegal in England because they have so many knives on them.
And Terry's saying, quick to a Pokemon article. I mean, I could do that. I wouldn't be able to share the screen, but or maybe I could. But I would have to move over to my other computer because I'm sitting at my laptop at the moment. But yeah, I theoretically could read a Pokemon article if people were that excited at the prospect.
So if THUR was a Pokemon, what Pokemon would he be?
Well, his name on Discord is Snorlax, so I guess that covers it. He would be a black Snorlax.
So when you go to summon THUR, you just use the magic flute?
yeah. Trying to think. I know he likes Houndoom. I think he said that's his favorite Pokemon. So that's also black. I mean, maybe that's why he likes it. Maybe he sees himself. It's no, I do enjoy the competitive side of Pokemon, but not so much the actual playing of the RPGs. So those are not good. Snorlax or Gengar is what THUR is saying. Gengar and Houndoom are his favorites. I do really like Gengar. Gengar was one of my favorites back in the Red and Blue days because it was the only ghost. I mean, technically, there were 3 ghosts, but they were all the same evolutionary line. So the only fully evolved ghost was Gengar. So I liked it just for that. It was unique. Yeah. And Frosted his glasses said, "Hey everyone, an old man is reading about Pokemon." It was 1966. We had to say dickety because the Kaiser had stolen our word 20. I wore an onion on my belt. This was the style at the time.
Yeah. And then Hammer goes, and then I have to go to the bathroom. It's like, oh dear. Can Terry hold down the fort by himself?
Oh dear. We're all doomed.
How many Pokemon you got?
About 1,000.
Okay. I'll be quick.
All right. JB says Shu is his favorite Chin Pokemon. I barely remember any of the Chin Pokemon. I know that South Park was making fun of Pokemon with them, but yeah, I don't remember any of them. I do remember the joke about the big American penis and the Japanese having very small penis. And blue white screen says, "Uh-oh, that's not sounding good." Duck Dog says his favorite Pokemon would have to be Blastoise. Blastoise is kind of cool. I always picked Venusaur when I was picking my starter just because it was the first in numerical order. And yeah, and like, all right, let's start with the beginning. I didn't realize that I would not be able to get the other two. I thought there would be an opportunity later in the game to get those. So I was like, let's start with Pokemon number 1, and hopefully you can fill out the Pokedex later. Turns out you can't. Turns out you need to buy multiple games, multiple Game Boys, and a link cable, and spend altogether too much time playing Pokemon if you actually want to complete the Pokedex. Frosted says Lambtron for the win. Yes, you guys have much better memories than I do. I don't remember any of those. Blue White Scream. I think that I remember where to find Shoe in the Stick of Truth. That's impressive. Cannibalistic Wizard says Gorilla Boom. There is a Pokemon called Rillaboom, and it is a gorilla. I'm not sure if that's what you're referring to there. Misfit says Gengar. Gengar is basically Clefable, but a ghost. So that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, autism personified. I don't think I am autistic. I've never been tested, but I don't know. I don't think I am. I'm just fending for myself until people get back and I can have an actual conversation. Mewtwo was kind of scary. Mewtwo was like Gen 1 Mewtwo was like so insanely overpowered. It's probably the strongest Pokemon that's ever existed. It's kind of nuts. Tia says he likes the Fractured But Whole more than the Stick of Truth. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think the Fractured But Whole expanded the combat system a bit more, and yeah, no, I can say that. Rotten Corpse says Stick of Truth was a fun game. Still have to play Fractured But Whole at some point. Yeah, I mean, if you like Stick of Truth, Fractured But Whole seems like it would be a good follow-up. And Frosted says, "Am I new to the internet? Being diagnosed doesn't matter anymore." But that's certainly true. But I don't self-diagnose as autistic either, so I still think I'm in the clear. Buttflower is best starter, says Cannibalistic Wizard. I assume Buttflower is your description of Bulbasaur. Blue White Screen wants to replay both games now. Yeah, I mean, South Park made some very good video games. Made some very bad video games too, but Stick of Truth and Fractured But Whole are indeed excellent. JB says he has the Schism prescribed by Dr. Tool. I know that Tool is a band, and I'm assuming that Schism is one of their songs, but I haven't actually listened to Tool. Frosted says Fractured But Whole had much better gameplay, but Stick of Truth has a better story. I would agree with that. I think that's fair. That's usually the case with sequels. Yeah, I mean, I think sequels in general, I tend to not be too keen on. I tend to be more of a make something new, but if you're going to make a sequel, at least improve the gameplay. I think that's just sensible. JB says yes, it's a song, a great one too. I know that Tool was in one of the Guitar Hero games, which is the reason that I know it's a band. I probably have heard Schism at some point, just by playing Guitar Hero, but I could not tell you anything about how the song goes. I do not recall it at all.
I returned.
You have a fellow human for me to.
Yes. It's not a Pokemon. It's not a Gen.
Yeah. Yes. Same is true for KOTOR. Yes, true. KOTOR 2 was actually really, really good. It was just unfinished. They didn't They didn't actually finish the game before they released it. There's like a fan patch that updates it and puts all the missing content back in. So yeah. And Tier is agreeing with Frosted. He likes the superhero more than the fantasy elements. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with both. I tend to be fairly like neutral when it comes to the themes. Like if I were to pick a theme, I would not have picked cute pocket monsters, but the battling system in Pokemon is good, so I don't really care that it's cute pocket monsters as the skin over the interesting gameplay.
We talking about Pokemon?
I'm just talking to chat. Basically, whatever they're talking about is I'll respond to them.
Do you guys want to pick up a topic?
We might as well. Let's talk about "Loser," because that is a song by Beck, I believe.
Well, I think we talked about it a little bit already, but the fact that she's not going to be the California governor.
Yes, and I just wanted to hear that again because I like the sound of it.
It would be okay with me if she was, because that's a loser state, and they should have a loser running it. They already have one.
Fair.
You know, just like to see her ruin it even more.
Yeah.
And people in California just leave, go to Tennessee and Florida and Texas. That's what's been happening.
And they ruin those states.
Well, I don't think they're going to get a foothold in any of those three, to be honest with you. They keep talking about Texas, but Texas was one of the states that swung the hardest for Trump. So
yeah.
It's more blue than Florida is, or more red than Florida. So.
And as T was saying earlier, Gavin Newsom can't run again. So whoever does become the new governor of California, it'll at least be an entirely new arsehole.
Yeah. It'd be nice if somebody stepped in and did the right thing there, you know, but you never know. Can't imagine sitting there trying to think of who would take the reins in California that would make a difference. I can't think of anybody.
Get Schwarzenegger back in.
I kind of
Republican.
I don't think that matters.
I kind of thought that if they were going to run with anybody, and I don't know if this would work for the Republicans because I'm throwing out names, but Tulsi might have worked.
Tulsi's
I don't know why, but
Tulsi's a resident of Hawaii, so she can't be governor of California.
Yeah.
And Frosted says it's bad because it would be much better to watch Kamala Harris run and lose.
Again.
But no, see, my thing is she's already lost. She preemptively lost. She's such a loser. She lost before the contest even started.
Well, that's not the first time she's done that.
No, it's not.
Because when she was running for president, she dropped out first.
Yeah.
Before her own state even voted for her. That's a loser.
It really, really is.
I'm just trying to think of anybody that would be in there. I mean, no Republican's going to win in such an obviously blue state, but
yeah, I mean, I think a lot of that is with the gerrymandering as well. I think they've deliberately divided the districts so that a Republican can't win.
They need to cut that country into pieces, or that state into pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
North California, South California, and then something above or below. That's completely different. It's just too much. And Texas can probably go the same way. It's just too big.
Yeah. I mean, I have no problem with breaking up the bigger states into smaller ones just to give more representation, because like if you're Democrat in Texas or if you're a Republican in California, it's
Good
got to be
luck.
pretty demotivating to know that your vote's just never going to matter.
Yeah. It's just
So yeah, I think it's a good idea to split them up a bit.
California's just a state of big cities. As long as it's a state of big cities, there's no option there. Because every city is Democrat. I mean, you have everything from San Francisco to LA. Oh my God, there's just so many big cities in that state. So Republicans don't really stand a chance. It's going to have to get really bad. We look at it now and we laugh about how bad it is, but it would have to get really dangerous in every city. Dangerous in the suburbs, crime and poverty and all the things that bring a state down would all have to be turned up to 11.
Yeah. I don't know. I think kind of a lost cause. I think the whole thing would have to be reduced to like complete destruction and like rubble before they'd stop voting for their communism.
Let's take a look at the
David
poll.
says she voted incorrectly in the music poll. Looking at the result, I would say it's not too big of a deal because there is quite a standout winner. So whatever you voted for, I think Semi-Charmed Like is going to win regardless.
I did say there was a 1 and a 2, and the number 2 is exactly who I thought it would be. So
yeah. Did you predict that the difference would be that big?
No.
Because I did. I because that's literally the only song by Third Eye Blind that I'd even heard of. I was like, okay, this is going to be the winner by far.
You haven't heard of the number 2 song?
Nope.
Wow.
Also, hello to Angry Illinoisan. Says hi minions. Yeah, Keith had to switch accounts twice to vote for the right one. We've got someone fixing the poll. I call shenanigans on Keevadan.
We're gonna have to check IP addresses now.
Yeah. We need voter ID.
All right. Well, obviously, we're way out ahead on one thing. I think we're going to recover, so I'm just going to go ahead and end it.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty clear conclusion.
You mean you don't want to wait for 20 ninjas to come in and screw it up?
There you go. Blue Eyed Strength is voter fraud.
I would have voted for Jumper. I thought Jumper was the better song. Maybe not as popular, but I liked it.
But over on Rumble, Cannibalistic Wizard says, "I'm not autistic," meaning like me, saying I'm not autistic. I'm just Australian. So I think it's pretty funny.
I wonder what Kamala's going to do, though. She's not going to run for governor. She's just going to be more of a loser and just fade into obscurity.
I think so. I can't imagine that she's got much of a political career.
She really doomed herself when she went on The View. I have to give The View a congrats for making sure she was never president, because if you ask her, like Sunny Hostin did, she said, "What would you do different?"
Nothing.
And she said, "I don't think I'd do anything different." It's like, that's the end of your run. You're done. You're cooked.
Yeah.
As soon as she said that, it was all over. Trump didn't have to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, talk about shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah, all you have to do is just say, I would do this and this and this. I have a whole list of things I would do now.
Yeah.
No, I'm just everything that Joe did wrong, I'm also going to do wrong.
So Blue White Screen says, write a book and do speaking engagements. Keevadan says, Scribe thinks she'll teach at Harvard. I mean, yeah, those are probably solid possibilities.
Maybe do both, book and Harvard.
Yeah, why not? Rotten Corpse says he likes how Semi-Charmed Life has the crystal meth line in it, and that song was used in so many kids' movies. Yeah, well.
Yeah, I have the not unrated version of it because what you hear on the radios, they take it out on American radio.
Oh yeah. I did think it was very funny. Because in Guitar Hero they only play censored versions of songs, like if there's objectionable content. And so one of the songs that they had on Guitar Hero was "Killing in the Name" by Rage Against the Machine, which contains a series, like the end of the song is "Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me." That line repeated like 15 times. Can you imagine the censored version of that?
Oh man.
It's like, why even put the song in the game if you're going to censor it that heavily?
There's censoring and then there's censoring. Remember when U2 first came out with Sunday Bloody Sunday? They didn't want to let that on the air because it talked about the troubles in North Ireland.
Yeah.
It wasn't because he said anything specifically bad.
Yeah, it's just the subject matter.
Technically, bloody is kind of a curse in Europe.
I guess a little bit.
A little bit. It's stronger than jerk, but it's not as bad as asshole. So
right.
But they censored it because of content, because it was talking about the troubles. They're like, look, we don't want to talk about that because we don't want to have that happen again. So we're just gonna not pretend it didn't happen.
Not a good plan. Pretend it didn't happen tends not to work out too well.
It really seemed to be a very weird thing because you're talking about Christians. Christians being that between Protestant and Catholic.
Yep.
It's like the difference between white and ivory. You know, they're basically the same color. What are you talking about? Why are you guys so upset with each other?
I don't know the reasoning, but I do think it's funny that I don't know if you know who this is, but Dave Mustaine, the guitarist and lead singer from Megadeth.
I've heard the name.
Yeah, he got tricked into supporting Northern Ireland in one of his concerts because someone told him to say some phrase in Irish, or like in Gaelic. He didn't know what it meant, so he just said it, and it was like something like "Let's keep Irish for the Irish," and it was like a clear like IRA slogan.
Ooh.
And so he copped all sorts of shit for that, and he didn't even like do it on purpose. He wasn't like saying that he supported Northern Ireland. He's just like, some guy told me to shout this out, so I did.
You got to be careful when you're a celebrity. You can get yourself in trouble.
Oh yeah, I just thought that was the funniest thing ever. But I mean, that incident apparently led him to write the song "Holy Wars," which is an excellent song. So there you go. Some good came out of his complete idiocy.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that how much that kind of song would be censored today. Sunday Bloody Sunday is pretty popular. I mean, it really made U2 a name, made them a band.
Yeah.
So, and the Name of Love came out right behind it, and really cemented that. So, and still haven't found what you're looking for. We could have used. Have we used U2 already? We must have used U2 for you
almost
already.
Almost certainly.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Well, they have enough songs. We can go back and do it again.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can. Yeah, if there's not enough actual bands that start with U that you've got 4 songs for, yeah, we could go back to U2 if need be.
How does everybody feel about that in chat? What do you think?
Yeah.
Should we use U2 this coming Wednesday, or do you guys just hate that band?
I think a lot of people hate U2 because they force their song or their album into everyone's iTunes account.
Yeah, for people with iTunes, that was annoying. I got it. I had to get rid of it.
I didn't bother getting rid of it. It's like, I don't care. I'll just not listen to those songs. It's not a big deal.
Blue Ice Cream says white people aren't indigenous anywhere anymore. So I'm told. I don't think white people were ever indigenous anywhere. Maybe in Europe somewhere. But you have to understand that life began in Asia. So initially we were all Asians. And we deviated from there into white and black and all that kind of stuff as you go down to Africa and north towards Europe.
See, we all started off in Asia, but then our parents threw us down the steps.
Even people who are supposedly indigenous really aren't. If you look at the American Indian and the Canadian Inuit, they're not really indigenous. Everyone calls them that and agrees with that. But they were in Asia too, because that's where life started. Life didn't start in North America. Life started over in Asia. And when the water levels were down low enough, a land bridge formed between Asia and North America. And people crossed over. And that's where the American Indians and the Inuit came from Asia. So they weren't created here. They weren't born here originally. They moved here. They immigrated. I wouldn't say even really immigrated. I would say they settled, because there was nobody here to immigrate to. There was nobody here to ask permission. Can we immigrate? Well, there ain't anybody here to ask. So here you are. Have at it,
Keith says she was told it began in Africa. That's what I heard too, but I mean, I don't know confidently enough to correct you, so I just let it go.
I thought it was Asia. I could be wrong.
I mean, I thought it was Africa, but like not with any confidence. So if you think it's Asia, maybe it is. I'm not going to contradict you.
I know that one goes in and out of debate, so I'm...
Where did humans originate? Humans, specifically Homo sapiens, originated in Africa. You're right. Fossil and genetic evidence strongly supports the theory that our species first evolved in the African continent before migrating to other parts of the world. So it was Africa, not Asia.
Okay. Yeah, I thought so, but like I said, I wasn't confident enough to correct you.
The reason I always thought it was Asia was because the Inuit and American Indian don't really have black features. They don't have black skin. They don't have black facial structure. They have more of an Asian look to them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know enough about it to really say either way, but yeah, I was taught that life began in Africa and then spread out from there. So
even though we call these people indigenous, they're really not.
Yeah.
Technically.
What is it that the Black Israelites say? I don't know. I don't talk to them. I don't know anyone from the Black Israelites.
That was the whole Sandman thing. That's where I remember the Black Israelites from that. That's all started with them. It's weird because Israel is actually quite diverse. Anybody can be Jewish if they want to be. There are black Jews, there are brown Jews.
I think Jewish is both an ethnicity and a religion. So
it is.
You can be religion Jewish no matter what ethnicity you are. That there's no barriers there.
Yeah, Ben Shapiro's wife is not white. She's not. She's like, if you look at her, she looks pretty white, but she's got some darkness to her skin too. He mentions it a couple of times in his, after telling everybody she's a doctor.
Wait, she's a doctor?
Yeah.
You think you would have mentioned something like that?
Yeah. My wife was a doctor. Thanks, Ben. We needed to know that.
Over and over and over again.
The two things that no one ever talks about. Ben Shapiro's wife is a doctor, and Pirate Software worked for Blizzard for 7 years. Those are the two best kept secrets on the internet.
Have you ever seen what's her name, like Vi Shapiro or something like that? It's a very weird
More
first name.
Shapiro, MOR, I believe.
Oh, yeah,
it is.
MOR. That's right, More Shapiro. Have you ever seen
I
her?
haven't seen her face, but I know her name because I looked it up at some point because I was curious.
She's really attractive. She's a pretty girl.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Shapiro is a successful guy. It makes sense that he could get a good-looking wife.
Well, they met long before he was successful.
Even better.
He had 2 kids with her before he even became a millionaire. So
Nice. Well done to him.
yeah, he met her while he was writing for his college newspaper. So sometimes women can tell motivation. You get to look at a guy and say, he's going to be doing something.
Yeah, he's got ambition. He's going places. Blue Eyed Scream says Medica did a video about the Black Israelites. I never actually got into watching Mr. Medica. I know he's very popular, but I just never got into his content.
I was turned off when he got very deeply into that whole
Blood sports.
Yeah, that whole blood sports thing. Because he didn't want to just prove a point. He wanted to demean you, if possible, while proving that point. It was unnecessary. If you're
See,
right,
I never
you're
watched
right.
I never watched any of the blood sport stuff, so I didn't know that he was like that. But yeah, I mean,
He's
that
like
would
that.
put me up too.
Yeah, he's pretty ruthless. He doesn't want to just win. He wants to tear you apart. And he was good at it. He was good at doing that.
But yeah, I never got into. I never watched any of that stuff with what was his name, Tonkasaw, and was it Worski involved in all that stuff?
Andy
Yeah,
Worski.
I left because of it, because like, I still like Worski to a certain degree. Like, I think he's still funny. It's just that he got in bed with so many people that were not really interested in the actual debate. Like, it was just autistic screeching half the time.
I never watched any of it. I watched Andy Worski when he had his YouTube channel where he was like making fun of Francesca Ramsey, but I never watched any of his live streams where he was doing the blood sports thing.
Yeah, I just thought a lot of the people he was hanging out with were the same sort of people that, like, he was constantly complaining about people backstabbing, and I'm like, you keep hanging out with the same sort of people that engage in backstabbing.
Yeah. I mean, at some point, you got to take accountability for your choice in friends.
Yeah. So I think he's doing better now on Kick, though. Like, he seems to be.
Is that where he's at?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. I think a lot of people go there if they can't be on Twitch or YouTube. I've never actually been to Kick, so I don't know what it's like over there. But my understanding is it's kind of like Gab, where it's like a refuge for people who are exiled from the more popular platforms.
It's also, people right now are going there because they're mad at Twitch.
Yeah,
it's like they only have so many options of where they can go, and it's either YouTube or Twitch, and some rare ones go to Rumble.
Yeah.
I found I had to pay somebody some money, speaking of options. And I'm used to using either my credit card or a debit card or a check or maybe PayPal or maybe Venmo. Have you ever heard of Zelle? Zelle?
Yes.
You have heard of it.
Yeah.
Jen, have you heard of it?
I don't know.
It's something you can attach to your bank account that will allow you to pay somebody directly from bank account to bank account. So it's instantaneous.
Okay.
And doesn't cost you anything because your bank pays for it.
Yeah, I didn't know the specifics, but I've heard of Zelle. I didn't know like how it worked or anything, but I have heard of it.
I went to install
it really good if it works the way you're saying.
Yeah, I went to install the app on my phone, which worked. And it said, "What's your bank?" And I scroll down to my bank and I select my bank, and it says, "You can use Zelle to pay directly from your bank's app. So you can't use it. You can't use this app. You have to go to your banking app and you can use Zelle from there. So I went to my banking app and I found a section that had Zelle in it. I was like, oh, it's already built into the app.
Nice.
And all I needed was the guy's phone number and his name, and boom, boom, done.
Oh, that would be where I've seen heard of Zelle. When I do bank transfers, it says it's done through that. Yeah.
Well, I can transfer stuff to other people, make payments directly to other people anytime I want, but it's not done bank to bank unless I've already incorporated them in a known bank. Like say my brother used Bank of America and I used Wells Fargo.
Okay.
I can link those two accounts together without using Zelle.
Right.
But what was great about this is that I was able to pay him directly. If I don't have you set up and I want to pay you, I can still pay you without adding anything to my account. All I have to do is have your account number and routing number, and my bank will cut a check, paper check.
Oh, okay.
Send it to you. So I can do that too.
Yeah, I think I just entered the BSB, which is basically the routing number. It's just like the unique identifier for the specific bank, and then the account number, and then the amount, and I can just transfer money to people.
I like Venmo. Venmo is great between two non-businesses. Like if I want to send you money directly, Venmo is really easy. You just bring up your name and type in the amount and send, and that's it. Nothing to it. It doesn't cost anything. It's perfectly free.
Nice.
Yeah. PayPal's a little bit more involved. It can get you there, but it costs.
I gave up on PayPal when they said they could just confiscate your money if you broke their rules.
Did they say that?
Yeah. It was a whole big deal, and a whole bunch of people canceled their PayPal accounts in the wake of that. But a lot of people just found PayPal too convenient, so they weren't going to give it up.
Yeah, I still have my account, although I don't use it very often.
Yeah, I didn't close my account, but my account is empty, so it's nothing to worry about. I just stopped using it. I never put anything in it again.
Yeah.
Well, we should get going. We have hit the time.
Yeah, I was just about to say, well, it's about that time. Unless you guys have something else.
No, I'm good.
Let's go ahead and get out of here then. Thanks, Fam, as always, for chatting with us tonight. If you can't wait for the next Wednesday show, remember, the meetings are live every evening except for Thursday, with shows starting around 11:30 p.m. Eastern, 6 days a week. Host and start times are linked in the description down below. Don't forget about the Rumble pre-show, where we talk about stuff we're not allowed to talk about on YouTube. My stream will start generally a half an hour before YouTube. We will be back next Wednesday at 9 p.m. as usual. If you guys enjoyed the show, we'll see you again next week. Have a great night, everybody.
Bye, everyone.